Welcome back to the Mental Health Minute. I'm Dr. Emily Mayfield, a licensed psychologist. I want to thank you for watching this video and being a part of the Mindset Therapy family. The videos on this channel are meant to be educational and increase your awareness of mental health related topics. Please consider subscribing to my channel as a way to grow the reach so that more people can be provided valuable information on their mental health. You can also turn on the notification bell to be notified of the next video when it's uploaded. I will post a video every Tuesday and Friday, so check back soon. So for today's video, I'm going to go over what it means to be paranoid. You might hear people say, "You're always so paranoid," or you may describe yourself as paranoid. But what does that mean, and is it a sign of a significant mental illness? We're going to go over that in today's video and give you some answers on what paranoia is. Also, stick around to the end to hear the tip of the day. These are quick tips on ways that you can start to improve your overall mental and emotional functioning. So as mental health related topics are more commonly spoken about amongst friends and media, there are terms used to describe experiences that may sound familiar to you and those you may not have been aware of before. Words such as depression, anxiety, and bipolar are fairly commonplace today, while personality disorders and psychotic disorders might be less familiar. Despite increased use of mental health terms, there remains some confusion on what they mean from a clinical standpoint. How the terms are presented in the media may not be an accurate reflection of their clinical basis. One term I hear a lot in conversations is paranoia. People refer to feeling paranoid when they think they didn't do something correctly, concerned that someone is watching them or micromanaging, or when they feel like they are going crazy with different thoughts they might be having. While paranoia is a term commonly used when people refer to their mental health, the causes of the paranoia can come from various sources. When people refer to feeling paranoid, they're often referring to anxiety and not the more severe mental illness symptom of paranoid delusions. It is possible to experience both anxiety and paranoid delusions at the same time, but we will focus on the two experiences separately to better understand the terms. So first, paranoia when diagnosed as a mental health condition usually refers to paranoid delusions, which are beliefs that are strongly held by an individual. The person 100% believes the thoughts are true, despite evidence that would suggest otherwise. These types of thoughts are considered part of a psychotic disorder. In contrast, a person who has paranoid ideas stemming from anxiety can consider the thoughts are not true. So one way to differentiate between paranoia seen with anxiety and paranoia of a psychotic disorder is to determine whether the person can consider the possibility that the thoughts are not true. So let's take the example of someone who thinks that they're being followed. If the person feels paranoid or a person has paranoid ideas that are a component of anxiety, then they will be able to consider evidence that it is not possible. You can show them that no one else has been in that area for weeks, so it wouldn't be possible for them to be followed, or show them video that shows no one is following them, and they will believe this. They can consider the evidence and change their mind on whether something has happened. For someone with paranoid delusions, you can provide the same evidence to them, and they will continue to believe that they are being followed. The video footage will show no one else around them, but they will convince themselves that the footage is wrong or incomplete because they are certain someone has been following them. No amount of evidence to the contrary will lead to a change in their beliefs. They firmly believe that the thoughts are real. The content of the paranoid thoughts can be the same, but the difference lies in whether the person can believe that the thoughts are not true when given evidence to suggest that they are not true. If the person can recognize that their paranoid thoughts may not be true, then it is a component of anxiety. When the person 100% believes the thoughts and is unable to consider information to the contrary, then it would be consistent with paranoid delusions. So what would be some examples of paranoid thoughts that you have and could suggest anxiety and not a more severe mental health condition? So one might be worrying what other people think. People who are anxious often worry what other people think of them. These thoughts are usually negative and based on faults the person believes that they possess. Another might be worrying that something bad might happen. People who are anxious tend to worry about something bad that might happen to them, their loved ones, or even just generally in the world. The thoughts can feel consuming and difficult to not worry about. They think of worst case scenarios for most everything and find it hard to not think about how to stop the event from happening. And lastly, worry about making a mistake or a failure. When someone is anxious, they often are unable to see the positives in situations. The negatives become glaring in what they focus on. As a result, they worry about all the ways in which they can fail, such as in a relationship, as a partner, or at their job. While you may have friends that call you paranoid, it's likely they're referring to paranoia associated with anxiety. Regardless of the cause, if you feel the thoughts are impacting your moods and ability to function, it's recommended you seek out evaluation from a professional. There are successful treatments for paranoid thoughts, and they do not have to be a part of your life. So now for today's tip of the day: volunteer. When you give your time to assist other people and organizations, you can impact your own happiness. Volunteering can counteract the effects of stress and anxiety and give you a sense of pleasure and mastery, which leads to improved mental and emotional functioning. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please give it a thumbs up. I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Have a good day.